Hi, my name is Monica and I'm 54. I was born in Poland and I came to live in London when I was 24. So basically most of my life I've lived here. At the moment I'm going through a lot of changes, a lot of losses in my life, and I'm trying to redefine myself again. At the moment, and this is May 2026, I feel like I'm going through like a birth canal. So why? Because it feels very tight and it feels very limiting. Because prior to this, I was traveling on my own through Southeast Asia, many countries, many experiences, and I felt amazing, which doesn't mean it was always easy, but it was very informative. So I learned a lot about myself. And then I had to come back here because I have to close many doors. I have to close the door to my relationship, to my house, my work, and it's very, very hard. It's painful, so it feels like I'm in a birth canal. But this will be a topic for a different video. But yesterday I felt really down and sad. Sometimes it feels like I'm going through a bereavement process because it seems like I'm losing huge parts of me. So I've lived in this house for 20 years, more than 20 years, and now it's under offer, so we're selling it. I've been in a relationship for a very long time, nearly 40 years, which is now ending. We basically hit the wall that can't be reversed. And the work that I do, I love it, but at the same time, I don't like the way that I've been treated in this work, and all of these signs are telling me that it's time to redefine myself, find the new me. So yesterday, as I said, I had a very bad day. I have them sometimes, and when I have these days, I sometimes go to the memories, beautiful memories that I have from the past, because they remind me that I can still change my life, and there are moments that are worth living. So these moments are like charging ports for me, not to forget that I have actually given this moment to myself, these moments to myself, and I can give them to myself again. So yesterday when I woke up with this black cloud over my head, I went back to a day a year ago on my phone, just to check where I was, if I was happy, what I was doing. And I went back to the day that I was actually looking for some souvenirs to buy and to bring home from Bali. The last leg of my journey was in Bali, and I chose Ubud because I've heard it's quite a spiritual place. So I was hoping I was going to find then the next dot to connect in my mind, to find some answers, of course. And I did. So I'm gonna share it later in a different video. But today I just wanted to focus on what I saw in the market when I was going through the market to buy some souvenirs, and I was just bending down to see some crafts, little tea lights, and then I was standing up. I was I was my eyes locked face to face with this Balinese mask. I can't remember the name of the deity, of the goddess of this mask, but I'm just gonna put it here later. But basically this moment just gives me goosebumps because I saw this mask before, but very vivid and very like high dimensional, very live. And it was in Peru. It was 10 years ago. It was one of my visions on ayahuasca, and I had this image of this mask. It wasn't even a mask, it was alive. And it was like talking to me telepathically, without words, that I am going to experience a lot of changes within the next few years, and this is what was happening. I experienced changes that were leading me to many detachments in my life. So I had to learn how to detach from places, people, relationships, and so on, which is very, very painful because if I attach to something, I attach quite deeply. And when I was like looking at this mask in Ubud, in the market, I saw very clearly the bulging eyes, the stuck out tongue, and the vivid colors of it. So today I will be sharing my insights, my thoughts, what this encounter brought to me, and how I interpret it. So as I said, the mask took me straight back to Peru 10 years ago, when I saw this goddess right in my face in the visions, in high definition. It was very real, moving, telepathically telling me something that I didn't understand at that time. There were no words, just intense look. And although her face looks really scary, I wasn't scared of her. I knew she was bringing me a powerful message. A message from me to me. And I knew that she appeared in the vision for a reason. So you have to be ready for the message. But I think I wasn't ready to understand it when I was in my 40s. I was performing. I was into so many roles. A teacher, a mother, a friend, a colleague, a daughter, a sister. Too busy with life, basically. And I'm not saying this to complain. That's part of life. Playing roles and being unaware of it. And it's great and it's hard, all of it. The whole ride. It's not really completely on our terms, but we don't really have a choice until we have a choice. But I think it comes with time. And the choice comes when the space gets bigger, and the space gets bigger when you allowed the voice that is hidden underneath all the layers of conditioning to speak to you. And you have to intentionally start creating this space for the voice to appear. And for me, what works is extending the periods of silence in the busy life. So for me, what really started to work was waking up early than normal. So my normal time was 6 o'clock, so I was waking up at 5:30, and then I was extending it more and more gradually until my perfect sweet spot in the morning is 4:30, and that gives me a lot of time to reflect, to be silent, to meditate and to journal. So I started with this, and then I also started walking in nature a lot, which is like the perfect medicine for me, for any dark days, depressive periods. Nothing works better than a walk in nature. I always come back a completely changed person with different approach to the problem and to life. And it also sparks a lot of creativity in me as well. So I usually come back with a lot of ideas and insights. So I've noticed that when I walk, when I'm in motion, I can hear the voice that is a gentler voice, a more empathetic voice, much more clearly than if I was sitting at home. I have also started doing things that I never had time for because I was busy with life and social life and things like this. I started experimenting with different art forms. So I bought myself a set of acrylics and watercolors, and then I bought a few sketchbooks, and recently I've introduced jelly prints as well, which I love. This gives me a time where I don't have to overanalyze, ruminate. I just open a new page and I start creating, and I just watch where the hand leads me, and this gives some sort of flow, what they call, and this flow is just a trust that something is actually leading you. So the hand goes first, and then you just see and follow your hand. So in a way, the art is creating itself. You're not creating it. So when I was writing the journal for 2 years, a plan had started to emerge in me that I needed to travel, and I really needed to be out of the system, out of the set of conditioning that I was living in. So I decided to take like a gap year in adult life, in my 50s, to just see how I can cope being on my own, if I'm actually okay being on my own, if I can face my biggest fears, and how is it to be in places that are completely new for me, and how is it to be a person that nobody knows, so nobody looks at you through filters. So eventually my journaling took me on this solo trip in my 50s, which I'm so grateful for because I've learned so much. And hopefully I will be sharing these insights and these learnings from the journey in my next videos. At the moment I have little time because so many things are going on in my life at the moment: work, selling the house, sending stuff to Poland, looking for a new place. So I don't really have the space in my head to give creating content as much time as I would love to. But I think if I want to share it, I should start now, even if it's going to be on not very regular basis at the moment. I need to jump over this wave of fear of showing myself, basically. So coming back to the mask itself, I see it in a different light now. I see it as a guide, as an emblem that reminds me to stay true to myself and to stay aligned to my values, to the things that I like. It reminds me to say yes to more things, to things that excite me, to things that are worth exploring, that are new and I haven't done them before. It reminds me to stop apologizing and being complacent, being a little bit more selfish, in this stage of life. So looking at what I like, where I want to go, what I want to watch, what I want to experiment with or try. And also start saying no when it feels right, even if some people will not like it. It has to be true and aligned to your values. So if I don't like something and I don't want to do it, I will say it, and I will say why. You can always say it in a gentle way and still stay true to yourself. And this is about integrity. I want to connect to like-minded people because I'm in my 50s and I think I know, or more, I feel what kind of people I need to be attracted to, I want to be attracted to, because I know myself better now. So that's why I'm reaching out and I'm making this YouTube channel as well, to connect with women who are creative, who want to try things in life, who sometimes want to face their own fears but feel that they are not on their own, and they are connected to other women at similar crossroads in their lives. And I don't want to have the feeling of shrinking to the roles that no longer serve me or nourish me. So that's coming back to connections with people that at the moment, at this stage of my life, I'm looking for my crowd, and I know that I find this crowd. I have also learned that I'm an introvert and I like connecting to people in a deep way. So I like digging in and analyzing things, to see my shadow, to see what's stopping me from doing things that I want to do. And there is nothing better than a conversation with people who are quite aware and who can serve as a good mirror to what you're going through. So that's why I don't really want to be involved in a really shallow acquaintances, because I feel like it's draining me in a way that I'm spending time talking about things that I'm not interested in, that don't give me anything. And this is not to say that I feel superior to anyone. I am just an introvert, and I like analyzing things, and I like digging in and finding my own answers. And I am lucky enough to have a few friends that I can do it with, but I think there are hundreds of women who are similar and who are looking for their own answers. and they are looking for circles like myself. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve, create circles of women who could be good companions on this very often very difficult journey. And at the end, this is like a little disclaimer for myself. This is my first video, and I was putting this off and off and off for ages, and finally I said to myself, no, just do it. So as you can see, in my head there are so many fears and old tapes going on in my head, like who's gonna listen, where to start, I'm not good enough in making videos, I'm rubbish at this, does it have any value, does it make any sense, what's the point, old tape. But I'm doing it anyway. I'll see what comes out of it. I'll try to show up as I'm showing up to my 4:30 mornings for the last few years. So maybe they will be not so often, but I will be doing them. So I hope to see you on the other side.